let's talk about scents. And not common sense, but the smell kind of sense. I have come to the conclusion at this point in my life, something that I'm really into is how I smell and how things smell. Maybe I just didn't care so much before, but I definitely care now. And so I just want to talk a little bit about things that I consume and that I wear that I think smell good. And I think it's interesting because it's a reflection of you to some degree. Whatever that scent is, it somehow is an extension of your personality. So I just want to unpack that this is just for fun. And I want to be very, very clear, this is not a sponsored video. I'm not putting a link where you can buy any of this stuff. They're not paying me money to talk about it. I just happen to own these things and think it's relevant to the content of this channel. Here's what I want to start with. I want to start with the most fun. So my friend Jesse, a couple months ago, we were outside, our kids were playing on the playground, and I caught a whiff of them. I was like, what is that cologne you're wearing? It smells really good. And he told me, I was like, no, that's not it. He's like, is it just my deodorant? It's like, it's this Old Spice Raptor Strike. And I kind of smelled his armpit because, that's a normal sentence, a normal thing. And I was like, no, that's what I'm smelling. So I went to Walmart, and for not very much money, I was able to get Old Spice Raptor Strike, $6 or whatever. And I just love it. Now, if you Google it, what ultimately is Raptor Strike, and I did Google it for your convenience, what it says is, it's a dark berry scent that features the notes of fresh dark fruits and exotic woods. Now, one source even said it's ultimately apple. And I love the flavor of apple. I love apple anything, apple pie. So I'm a big fan of apple. So if it is apple, or at least that's one of the fruits that's denoted in that, okay, then I'm a fan. So there's this idea of dark woods and fruit, apple specifically, which is great because, every day on my morning 5K, part of it is I'm running through the woods. And I start my day out with that. But what's funny is I love this stuff so much, I actually wear it on my forearms just because I like to smell it during the day. Not just as actual deodorant, but as a cologne. And then I was like, oh, well, for the same price, I can also get the body wash. We can use it as shampoo if I need to. But here it is. And actually on this, it literally says dark berry scent. So if you get the body wash, it says dark berry scent. And then the next week I was at Walmart, and then for about another $7, here's the underarm and body spray. Now what I use this for is I spray this on my clothes. So let's say my t-shirt underneath, I'll spray my shirt just to have a little bit of that scent on that. On my clothing. That's what I use this for. That's just my choice. But I'm a big fan of Raptor Strike. Again, specifically it's labeled as dark berry. Except on the deodorant. I don't see where it specifically says that on there. So I do feel that's a reflection of me, woodsy, and I like this idea of fruit. I'm a big fan of fruit. I eat fruit every day. And again, apples, yeah. But specifically too, I have a whole drawer full of these as well. These Duke Cannon solid cologne. So this is oak barrel. This is the bourbon one that smells, I'd say like polo. I've got this one that is also very strong, the leaf and leather, that smells like kind of tobacco and vanilla. These are very masculine scents. What's funny is they also make beard balm because I did have that long beard a couple months ago, but it's ultimately still kind of the same solid cologne. This one is Budweiser, one of my favorite. What's funny, I don't drink alcohol at all, but this specifically says cedarwood. So I like woodsy scents for sure. Here's their brand of beard balm as well. This one's redwood. So we keep seeing this forest theme. And then my wife had got me a little sampler of Viking Revolution. So clary sage. She said her favorite was this Veather one. And I got cedar and pine. And what's this last one? Sandalwood scent. But ultimately, there's no getting around it. All of these tend to gravitate towards woodsy / alcohol / fruit, which is funny because again, I don't consume alcohol, but there's something about the scent of it that I can appreciate. I'm sure something masculine about it, the fermentation, the fact that, especially with whiskey, oak, wooden, so woodsy, and there's something there about fruit. But no, I eat fruit. It's important for fiber. It's nourishing. It's life-giving. So there we go. How I smell matters to me. I work from home. Throughout the day, I'm coming in here with these and putting more stuff on. Just like I love to smell. And then when we think about the senses, yes, there is, tasting food, and there's, what you see and what you hear, but there's also what you smell. And that's when, 5 years ago, when I lost my sense of smell for a while during COVID, well, maybe that's part of it. Maybe gaining my sense of smell back makes me appreciate it that much more. But I also think it's part of just maturing as a man, that like, I don't want to smell like a teenager. I want to smell like a man, and I want to do it in a subtle way. So yeah, these solid colognes specifically though are what I appreciate. The ones with alcohol, they're a little bit too much for me, but this one is alcohol based, but again, I'm spraying that on my clothes just for a subtle little hint there. So can you relate to this concept of, as you mature as a man, you can appreciate smelling like a man? Your comments belong right here.